Hey you guys, welcome to another video. This one we're diving right in because I am the proud new owner of this 1972 Pontiac LeMans Tempest. Buying it off Robert, right? And what year did you buy this car?
73, I think. Yeah.
Oh, it's a 1972. He bought it 1 year old. It was in 1973, and this has been. You had some good times in this, or what?
Yeah.
I wanted to get a clip of it while it still had this shredded cover on, but we're gonna pull it off so you can get one last picture with it. And I offered after getting it on the road again to take it for a ride, but he said he doesn't never want to see it again if it goes. Oh, they did give me this this box of original paperwork too. Well, we'll go into that later.
These cups right here?
Yes.
You have those too.
Oh, okay.
I just have to find them.
Oh, all right, awesome.
So I've got your phone number.
Sweet.
So I'll make sure you get those hubs.
Cool.
I don't know exactly where they are right now, but I know they're there. I saw them in the house.
And she's grabbing his last photo. Very cool. Well, certainly a bittersweet goodbye. He didn't want to part with this, but hopefully we can maybe take it for a ride in the future. Jumping into the car now. The story on it is I drove by this a few times, saw it, and I left my number on the door. Oh yeah, 6 months, a year later, I got a phone call back. Hello. What's that? Oh, because I just bought it. Yeah. Anyway, so now we'll do a quick walk around tour. We got a busted tail light on the back. You can see, you know, the paint's actually in pretty good shape on it, although it's definitely got lots of hidden rust. I can tell already just taking one glance. You know, this ain't no desert free. Looks like a Mako paint job, plenty of runs and drips and such. And they did have duct tape on it, so that left some marks on there. Let's scoot around. Got a hole up in the cover. This will be nice. What's that? She kept pulling me over there. She said they had this listed for 40 grand at one point or something. I don't know. But anyway, so a couple tears in the convertible top, but it'll be really great to put Jen in here, take her for a cruise, let her drive it, since, you know, the last one we had, the Cadillac DeVille, that was a little rough with the beach chair. I don't think she wanted to come for a ride on that. You know, typical dry rotted window seals, lots of original parts. Looking down this door, you know, pretty wavy down there. I'm sure lots of filler, rust coming out. It is a factory 350 car, I'm told. I haven't, you know, I didn't do a roll under. I didn't even look under the hood. He told me it ran and took his word on that. Price was right. Of course, it's been a while since it ran though, but he said within the last few years it's been started up. Let's get this thing loaded up. Got the good old DeBalls wrecker, reliable. Oh, did I forget to put my license plate on there? That'll do it for hooking her up. I suppose these could be a notch or two back further. If you guys are in the industry and you know, let me know, or maybe I could just do some more research on it. I'm not going with safety chains because we're only going through the neighborhood, not very far. And you know, it could have been done with a trailer, but it would have been tough because there's a lot of heavy traffic coming down this road. I was trying to get the hood to close, but I couldn't get it to budge up, down, any which way at all. So hopefully it has an engine, right? Now, I'd be sitting up real high if it didn't. You can see evidence of how long it's been sitting, you know, in that same spot. These are grooved in pretty good. So I'm sure like probably a few years. Yeah, there's some oil. Not terrible though. First glance under here, not bad at all. This is a very solid car. Oh man, I think think we did all right. Well, it pains me to leave this for now, but I'm going to be dropping them off at the storage yard because I'm about to go on a trip out for the duct tape drags right now. Guess I should loosen these before dropping them all the way down, huh? Oh yeah, you see? Master tow truck guy here, right? Knows everything. Now, I'd like to get some baskets for these too. I don't really like the sling. Later in the evening, got a chance to stop back over here and put a cover on it. It's such a rush earlier. I figure let's do one more quick look on the interior. I realized we didn't even check the mileage on it. I was just kind of glancing at things. You know, I noticed things like the typical sticky GM steering wheel, but I mean, our gauges are actually in really nice condition, and we're showing 1,482 miles. So I assume that's 114, but we'll have to look at his receipts. I mean, it could be, yeah, showing inspection 100K on there. He put another 1,400 miles on it after that. Love that we got the hand crank windows. No need to deal with any electronics to get those working. Beautiful. Let's check inside this ashtray. He's a non-smoker. It's good to see. About to try out the 8-track deck. So speaking of water, definitely I can see from here, oh yeah, carpets are sopping wet. But, yep, that's not good. It's Osman has the original seats and they held up over all those years. Pretty remarkable. I don't think they've been redone at all, but do have a tear. I mean, I'd say he really took good care of this. But next thing is going to be popping the hood on here. Oh, factory 350. There it is. Looking beautiful. Sorry about the poor footage right now. I don't have a great light, just kind of using my headlight and the cell phone, but hopefully it's coming out all right. So yeah, we're all complete. Fresh Gates belts on there, made in USA. AC compressors, seen better days. Let's see if we got any critters under the intake. Do a quick preliminary. Nope, nice and clean, but a little tiny 2-barrel on there. That's okay. We'll take it. Underneath, geez, this is the for the choke. That is so crusty. This is rotting away. Where the heck did all this rust come from? I guess it's just the cast iron intake. Yeah, that's all. It's got the AAA battery. No hold down. Certainly could use a master cylinder by the looks of it, but you know, at least it's a dually. And on a dipstick, we've got clean motor oil up to the full mark. Antifreeze green right up to the top. Well, close to the top. And the overflow up front. You can see they painted right over that. It's actually got some in it too. The thing about these Mako paint jobs, like, I mean, they couldn't have thrown like a towel or something over this, you know? I mean, come on. Trans, nice red fluid way over the fill mark, which is good since it's not running. We'll check that later. Okay, I don't even know where we left off because I got a little sidetracked. So let me just update you on that. Got the toolboxes from the carport inside of here. Now we have the nice wall of tools, room for expansion. This was my old work box, so there is some duplicates and such. I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time going through that. But yeah, with the compressor up there, out of the way. Here goes nothing. Oh. Okay. Get a leg workout. Still have some things to do. I want to take the motorcycle lift and make some kind of jig to put it up flat, kind of like a what's that called? The Murphy bed. That's right. Murphy lift, whatever the case. And then, you know, when I was getting the toolboxes out of the carport, I said, well, what the heck? I might as well pull everything out of the carport. All the junk, clear it all out, and I found some pavers for only $1 a piece. These are 12 by 12 by 2 inches thick, and I said, yeah, go on top of the stone. So I had my buddy Corey come over and get this all level and flush, and then me and Jen laid these out last night. I have to say, hats off to you guys that do masonry or lay pavers for a living. That is some tough work. $1 a block was a killer deal for these. Like, they're really nice shape. Actually from an Amazon warehouse that apparently the roof caved in from some storm that rolled through, and so they had to remove all the blocks that were up on the roof. But they only retail for $2 a piece, so I'm thinking, oh, I'll save $700 because I needed 700 of them. But I completely underestimated how hard it was to transport this many blocks. Luckily the guy had a forklift, but had to do 2 trips in the tundra 45 minutes away, and it's really pushing it to the limit behind that truck. But anyway, I still have to do all the edge cuts and finish back there, but taking a break from that because it's 70 degrees out in November again, and those cuts are gonna take a very long time. And I was thinking, fire this up, put the top down, go for a little spin, see what the deal is. I'll do a quick shakedown and walk around. I do have drum brakes in the front, 14-inch tires, have some dry rots. These are Cooper Trendsetters, and you can see how much oil has leaked on the ground since pulling it in a few days ago. And air those tires up too. Check this out on the compressor. I went ahead and added one of these magnetic switches. That's the proper way, because I used to have a transfer switch, 30 amp, and it'll burn the contacts out over time. That's designed for starting motors. And taking a quick stroll underneath. See, the tank doesn't have any pinholes, pretty good shape. Can't tell if there's anything in there or not, but original trunk, you know, not all rotted through. We'll have to pop that, see if there's any goodies. We got single exhaust, a little bit of leak coming out of the differential, no big deal. And original brake lines, yep, not all rotted through, a little crusty, but really not too bad. You can see somebody put new springs and shocks on it at one point. Bushings are in great shape back here, which is surprising to see. I mean, look at that. No rust holes so far in the floors that I see anywhere. One new brake line going to the rear. It's Cupro nickel, but original fuel line. What I thought was an oil leak, it's a fuel leak. This hose, it's just loose on there, that's all. Probably the worst rust I see on this is underneath the battery tray. Pretty normal with the cracked battery, the acid leaking down on there. And let's see what else I can show you. Bushings on the control arms actually look amazing. These are nice, and good sway bar link and bar bushings. Front brake hoses are pretty dry, should definitely be replaced. The rear actually has a newer one on there, but these are kind of crusty and dry. I mean, you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. This is a pretty clean car for a 72. Fixed for now. For fuel, we did the usual, disconnected at the carburetor, and there's no inline filter, but it does have one of the little brass filter inserts in there. I flared a quick line that we can drop the auxiliary onto, see what comes out of that tank in case there's any crusties in the line or anything. And time to drop a battery in. This is barely still holding the battery up. Also going to take a little shot of Multi-Max. Any lube will do. If you got fogging oil, that's fine too. Shoot a little down in the throat, and that way when it fires up, it'll get a shot of that. The carb's empty right now because I don't hear the pumper jet going. I mean, normal, completely normal. We'll just hook this up with some 2-stroke fuel though. On the battery, I did check the water level and throw it on repair mode, and then charged it for a day on this NoCo, but I just checked it now, it's only 8 volts. So that thing's shot. I'll just grab one of these batteries that should do the trick. Tiny little spark, something's on. Right, the fuel hooked up. Let's open this valve, see if the level drops. Yep, I hear it going in. And I hear the pumper shooting fuel too. This does have points on it, so I'm sure we'll have to end up cleaning those, but let's give it a little crank over, see what happens. I have a feeling it's going to pop right off. What the heck is that? It wasn't there before. Must be Jen. Oh, I did leave the key on too. That's I was pushing in. That's why she was sparking when we hooked the battery up. Good sign. Nice crank. Give it a few more pumps. Build up some oil pressure. Okay. So the cast iron manifold is completely, it's got like a 1/4-inch gap there. I kinked off, I don't know if you guys can even still hear me, but I kinked off the fuel hose because quite a bit came out of the tank. That's looking pretty good. We're definitely not idling on all 8, but it is idling. Or at least it doesn't sound that way because of the exhaust leak. Much better. Got the transmission topped off. It was about a ½ gallon low. Let this get cleared out here a little bit. Oh man, look at that. Oh, I hear a leak. I hear a leak coming out of there. Yeah, the hydraulic cylinder just started kind of spewing. With a little bit of persuasion, we dropped the rag top, windows are down, and oh boy, this thing's just ready to hit the road. I mean, honestly, minus the few problems we found in that obnoxious exhaust leak, but maybe that'll heat up and just seal itself if we get on the throttle a little bit. However, I just heard from Jen and she's down to help me lay the rest of those pavers, so I'm gonna take a break and do that, and I'll probably see you tomorrow. Keep going on this, right? Oh, the next day, it's a little colder out. I've gotta break out the winter hat, but man, look how that paint shines in the sun. Not a perfect body, but looks good from 20 feet away. Sitting here idling, I can definitely hear it's not running all 8. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Sounds like we're missing at least one cylinder. Let's do a quick balance check. And I know this thing's obnoxiously loud, but I got my high voltage glove on. Pull each one until we don't hear a change. Oh, there it is. Get that back one, not hitting. And that runs over to the back cylinder. I believe that's cylinder number 8, right? Let that cool down for a second and pull that plug. It's probably just all carboned up on the gap shut, would be my guess. Let's see what's in this trunk too. Yeah. You got a spare tire. No, just a little bit of air in it. The bumper jack. And yeah, that's it. Looking down, we can see on the patch jobs when they did the body work. And yeah, it looks like they coated everything back here too with some kind of rust preventative. Yep, there's look at that side, the patch. However, you know, we're not all crusty and rusty. And this is okay, so the trunk does have some folded, well, you guys can even see that. Looks like they folded some metal over on that. Yeah, a little bit of rot beneath. So, you know, I mean, they did a decent job for what it is. You can see the seams here. I think usually there'd be some seams there, and they've been bondoed over. Got some duct tape residue all over it, but that's actually just come right off with the fingernail. It's so dry. Well, there's a look at the plug. You can see it's had lots of oil leaking on it from the valve covers, and more than likely just a cracked porcelain would be my guess, because it's, you know, the gap is there. You know. Spare spark plugs. Where did I put those? Once everything's reorganized, it's like, I don't remember. Maybe in this? Yes, spark plugs. Oh, the NGKs. There we go. Got a used Marine MR 431. That'll do. And you can see where it was parked. Left another little puddle of oil. Oh yeah, that's hydraulic from the ram on the top. Let's just see what the compression is on that cylinder real quick. Yeah, we got a healthy 140. Yeah, let's give her a listen now. I think it sounds the same. Also tried swapping the plug wire on number 8 and still not hitting that idle. We'll go take it for a ride, see what it does, but could be a valve train issue. Not quite cold enough for this yet. I'll rock the beanie, which, by the way, on the NoNonsenseKnowHow.com, I do have custom colors available now for the beanies too, so you can pick whatever colors you want. And you know, this is the charcoal on black. I'll probably rock that one. A little incognito. Oh, this is running nice and smooth. Shifting real smooth. Firm engagement there. And I did check the brake fluid, by the way. It was up to level. Drum brakes working good. Look at this thing. Whew, nice handling too. Not too much body roll. Do full acceleration. Little belt squeal. All right. Not too bad. Kind of nice with the top down too. Plenty of airflow. Warmed up a little bit. It seems our gas gauge is working. It's bouncing between empty and 3/8 tank. Put a little juice in her, see if that comes up. Water down the old fuel. Threw 6 gallons in, and look at that. Gauge does work. Wonderful. 55 mile an hour, cruising nice and smooth. I gotta let go of the wheel, no pulls. Let's brake test. All right, so we got a little drift to the left when you hit the brakes. And I think she's a happy camper to be on the road. I mean, I know I am. I sold a convertible and I was like, heck yeah. Whoop, Monte Carlo. So as far as doing hard braking from high speed, I mean, this is, like, if you press really hard, I mean, it feels like maybe the brakes could use a little something. They should be locking up easier than that. Probably just the shoes and drums a little glazed over. Let's see what this thing does if we just mash on the throttle. No power braking. Yeah, broke her loose a little bit. I'm sitting here and this trucker was just driving by and said, man, I'll give you 10 grand for that car right now. I said, you sure you want to come look at it? You know, it's had a Mako paint job and everything else, so I don't want to invade the guy's privacy, but we'll see where this goes, because I was thinking, based on what I see him selling for, maybe like, you know, 6-7K in its current condition. It needs tires, it needs a top, it needs lots of things fixed on it, but it's a sweet car. Well, I want to see where this goes. Yeah. All right, well, that went awesome. He came up close. Guy knows a lot about cars. He actually owns 40 of them and has a hangar full. But after coming up close, he said probably more like an $8,000 or $9,000 car. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, sitting in this lighting right now, you can really see the waviness of the Bondo. He was also a little shocked to see that it was a factory AC car, being a convertible. Kind of rare. You would think like, hey, why do you even need AC if you have the convertible? But I think, based on the conversation I just had with him, I'm gonna put this up for 7 and we'll see what happens. I don't know. You guys are gonna be like, oh, you got ripped. I'm telling you, if it was summer, I would be holding on to this for some time. But she's riding around with the top down, 40 degrees. You know, it hits different. It's nice. Got the heat on. That's working good. We're later in the evening now. I've been driving this car for a few hours, had an absolute blast. But I put it on Marketplace for $7,500 or best offer. Highest offer takes it. And I had a guy offer me $10,500. A bunch of other people lowballing, saying 3K, 5K, that thing's covering lots of stuff up, rust bucket, whatever. You know, it's, I think, pretty good. So I decided to sell it to him. I did want to show you guys some of this paperwork here. He has AMCO receipts. He went there annually for his inspection and recheck, dating back to 1975, some of these receipts. Look at that. Hopefully I'm not putting his info in there. Yeah. October 6, 1975. Original booklets. Look at this. Now, for all I know, I'm getting ripped off, and this thing's actually worth, you know, 15 grand. But we'll find out in the future. The old Dare plates you used to be able to get. When I say find out in the future, I mean when you guys all comment down below and let me know. Realistically, the car could be a $35,000 car with the work done to it, but you guys know how much it is to do it properly. So, you know, I'm not gonna do all that. It's nice to actually make something on one of these cars, and so I'm always a lot of time buying them, putting time and money, and then losing on them. Yeah, there's the alarm system. He was actually pointing that out under the hood. I don't know if you guys saw it earlier in the video, but little alarm sensor, a bunch of Midas stuff. Yeah, so really cool. Here's the Mako paperwork for the paint job and body work. And yeah, this guy went to AMCO. These are the newer. You probably don't care at this point, but he went there every single year since 1975. Pretty neat. Oh, not too bad. We doubled down on that car. Pretty unbelievable. I usually lose money on these vehicles. I'll come in high bidding, bid everybody else out, get the car, and then find out, you know, you're losing money. But I enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed tinkering around. Didn't really do anything to the Pontiac besides fire it up and go enjoy it. This video is probably pretty short, right? I didn't tell you guys, but the reason Robert sold it is because he wasn't driving for probably about 3 or 4 years, and it was just time for, he doesn't drive anymore. So that's why he sold it. I saw it sitting there being neglected and figured, hey, leave my number. So when I went and looked at the car and talked with them, they said, what do you want to pay for it? I was like, I don't know the prices of these cars. Give you $5 grand for it. It hasn't ran. I don't know, might have issues. They're like, done, take it. Great. I'm like, man, I could have got this thing for $2. But $5 was a good deal, obviously, because it doubled down. So pretty sweet. It's pretty neat to think that Robert kept that car and enjoyed it for 50 years. And he did a great job keeping up on it. So the new owner has room, I think, to put some money in, and it's a success story. And now I have time to get going on other stuff like the Torino. Jen's been daily driving this, and it needs some TLC, some things going over on it. So I'm gonna hang out in the garage here for a little bit and read newspapers I found in the car from 2000. Always like doing that kind of thing. I want to thank you guys very, very much for tuning into the video. And I know I'm not always like, oh, make sure to drop a thumbs up and a comment and everything else. But it's not my style, but I do want to let you know that I appreciate you guys very much for the support, dropping those thumbs up comments, the people that bought hats and shirts. Thank you very much. I know this channel's super random. We're always working on different stuff, but I try to keep the main channel, video every 2 weeks, whatever it is, and mostly to cars, but I have been putting a lot of other stuff on this NNKH too, and NNKH miscellaneous channels too. So there is a link to those down below in case you want to see more random stuff. No, it can be pretty scattered at times. Appreciate the feedback. Appreciate you guys tuning in. See you in another one real soon. No nonsense, no how. What did you do? I made this bed earlier. What is all this? Look at this. Can't even make the bed because he won't even let you redo it. Hey, can I make this? Can I just make this a little neater? Oh, you little bugger. You little bugger. Okay, let's go. Come on, let's go. Show your steps.